Hi guys, so I want to make this a real quick video. I think there's another interpretation for the videos that I did warning about the February the 17th and February the 18th. I now think that this video could be talking about February the 22nd and February the 23rd. The reasons for that I will get to. First of all, I just want to point out why I think that. Now, in relation to the shooting that took place in Florida on Valentine's Day at the school where 17 children died, or 17 people died, I just wanted to point out for one last time why it's significant and why it connects to this video. So, Valentine's Day, the references, the letter V, when you draw from the eye of the shark down to the nose of the shark, letter V there, the tongue of the hangman, letter V, the V in evolution, the hearts also they all represent Valentine's Day. The V and the hangman has a connection to Valentine's Day and death, so Valentine's Day Massacre. Encoded in all of this, you've got the number 17, which I'm pointing out to you as we go. So if you just follow the mouse, I'm just drawing out the ones and the sevens, or the sevens and the ones. 17. 17 people dead. On the back of George Bush's head here, I pointed out in a previous video, he's got the name Jesus. Jesus was the middle name of the killer, whose full name was Nicholas de Jesus Cruz. The whole scene in this video is taking place in a classroom. The shooting, which is in reference to the gun back here, took place in a school. The school is in Florida, very close to where this spot on the map is located. Now, this spot on the map actually indicates a lake, I believe it is, in Florida. But if you'll notice, America has a lot of lakes, and none of the other lakes are depicted on the map, just the one in Florida, which appears to be very close to the location of where the shooting took place in the school. So, just with this hangman here, you've got 7 upside down, 7 here, 14. You've got the 1 and you've got the 7. 17 people dead. Valentine's Day, February. It's all there. It's all there. That is pretty, I think it's pretty clear to me. Some of you may not agree. And to be honest, I would say I don't know why, because it's all there. The day it happened, the number of people that were killed, the references to Valentine's Day, everything. It's all there. So I'm looking at it in a different way now, because I know that this video is multi-layered. And although those references, I believe, are correct in reference to what happened on Valentine's Day, I think it's got another meaning. So the 17 that they've got encoded here, and the letter V and the F, I think it all corresponds to one day again. So looking at the lunar calendar, because that's the calendar I use now when I'm doing these interpretations, the 17 could correspond to the first lunar month and the 7th lunar day, which is the 22nd of February. When looking at the classroom scene, the 22nd of February is referenced through the use of the letter V, but also it's used in the same scene, but over here. So in the teacher's hair, you've got the number 22 and the number 23 encoded over here. They've made F the second letter of the alphabet, where February is the second month of the year. So those two correspond to each other. They've made Z the 22nd letter on this alphabet, and Z here referencing the end, but also the number 22, which is also the same number that V represents. So there's multiple indications as to those numbers. Now, the reason I was thinking it was February the 17th and February the 18th, in reference to the numbers 17, 18, 22, and 23, is because February is the second month, and the 17th of February was the second lunar day. So you've got 22 and 17. And the same with the 18th. You've got 23 with February and the third lunar day, and you've got 18. But those same numbers correspond to the 22nd and the 23rd of February, which is the first lunar month, 7th lunar day, first lunar month, 8th lunar day, 22nd and 23rd of February. So that's why I'm making this video, just to kind of basically cover all the bases, because if this video has multiple layers, one interpretation isn't enough. So yes, it is a reference to everything that happened on Valentine's Day, but it's also in reference to something else to come on the February the 22nd and February the 23rd. That's what I believe from this interpretation, from looking at it in the double meaning. And as I said in the previous video, the goat sticking its head out of the box is not only showing us, some sort of prison encampment, probably or possibly FEMA or some other association. It could also be in reference to think outside the box. Whereas we know that all these scenes are multiple layered, it means that more than one theory is going to be correct. So that's what I just wanted to point out. February the 22nd, February the 23rd. I think it may have some relation to the pound coin, as I mentioned before. Maybe some relation to a tsunami. Maybe some relation to Donald Trump, and a possible assassination or assassination attempt. And something involving a submarine or multiple submarines, missiles. Those are the things that I think could happen on February the 22nd and February the 23rd. You guys have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and God bless.